All right, everybody, this is why I attend these car shows. I mean, you never know what you're going to find. Unique cars, unique trucks, custom builds. It is so cool. Check this out. This is the motor, and no, it's not in the back of the bed. That's what I first thought. I thought, okay, that's pretty cool. The motor's in the back. No, the motor is in the front. And the reason why it's in the front is I'm going to show you. But check this out first.
Hey, you get parts on the dash.
This here is what I would call the hood. It's backwards. We're going to have a chat with Alan, and he's going to tell us a little bit more about what he's done here. Where did the concept come from? Check it out. This is why I said that motor is not in the back, it's in the front. Here is the driver's seat facing forward. Alan,
Yes.
get over here please. How are you?
Good, good.
From the crowds around this is not the first year you've brought this to the Turkey Run.
No, I've had it for quite a while. About 18 years.
18 years. Well, I'm so glad that you brought it here and I was able to see it.
Cool.
Please help me out. What have you got here and what am I looking at?
It's a 65 Ford Econoline pickup.
At one stage.
At one time or another it was, yes. And,
Okay.
we turned everything around, put a whole new frame underneath it, and made it go backwards. We had to do something different, so that's what we come up with.
This is insane.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say.
Okay, so the Ford Econoline, I've seen those vans before.
Mm-hmm.
This would have been the front end.
Yes.
And there would have been a doghouse for the engine.
Yeah, right in the middle.
Okay, I'm with you now. And there would have been a bed or a bag in that case.
Yeah, a bed. It's a pickup.
It's a pickup,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
But how did you get into making it into this, and how did that idea come from, and where did you start with?
Actually, I started with the idea before I even had the truck,
Okay.
and then I finally got my hands on it. He actually didn't want to sell it to me at first, but I convinced him.
You
So,
convinced him.
Yeah.
Did you tell him what you were going to do with it?
No.
No. I'm glad you didn't. Okay.
He actually had 5 of them,
Okay.
and he still wouldn't sell me one. So, but I finally got it anyway, and everybody I know at the shop laughed at me for about 2 months straight when I brought it home, and they were like, you know, what are you gonna do with that thing? It was pretty bad when I got it. It had a lot of rot and falling apart, and
So I guess the question comes now to when you started first looking at fixing up the original pickup. Did you restore it back to its original condition and then started changing things around?
Nope, started changing it right away.
Right away.
Cut the roof, cut the back window out. The windshield's an '86 Chevy Suburban. Cut the whole thing out of the junkyard, this whole piece. Loaded that in. That's the first thing I did, because if it wasn't going to work, I would have just junked the whole thing.
Okay.
So we got that to work first, and I says, okay, I guess I'm going to finish it.
Because you needed a windshield,
Yeah.
of course.
And then, you know, and then it was so rotted. The wheel wells are Dodge, some sort of little Dodge. I forgot what it was. It was the front fenders off of it.
Okay.
I used those openings. It was a lot of metal work.
Putting the engine up at the front like this, I mean, for starters, you've got so much room that would have made things a little bit easy to put wherever you wanted.
Yes.
Okay. You've got a
It's a 671 GMC.
671.
Yep.
And what is it sitting on top of?
It's a 502 Chevy crate motor.
It's got a big one, but you have a bit of blower on it.
Oh yeah.
There's no superchargers here, is there?
What's that?
Is there a supercharger as well? No.
Well, the blower, you can call it a supercharger.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
It's the same
Blower,
thing.
supercharger.
I always
Yes.
thought that you could put additional superchargers on the blowers.
You can. A lot of guys do like a turbo with it.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. No, this is quite enough for this thing.
It's more than enough.
Yes.
I'm not telling you because it's not enough, sir. You've already got a big block, now you've got a blower on
Yes,
there.
it's a lot of torque.
All right, it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty cool. Now, you've done this all inside the bed.
I did all the tin work myself. It was my first attempt at tin work. I used all my brother's equipment, which helped a lot when you have the right equipment. You know what I'm saying? But I did all that. The only thing I didn't do on this truck was the paint job. My brother's the painter in the family,
Okay.
so he did all that for me.
Well, you've done a fabulous job here, and I love the ingenuity behind this, your thought process of
Yes.
turning this backwards. That's why I had to come and talk to you.
Yeah, we had to do something that stood out like big time. So
Okay, now the big question is, and I'm guessing other people would have asked you as well, okay, we do have headlights.
yes,
I was distracted by the backwards
the
lever.
headlights,
There's headlights here.
everything works.
Driving.
Horn, got a horn, got brake lights, signals, everything.
Driving this. Come over to the driver's side. You've got such a long hood. How easy, I mean, suicide doors, of course, to go with the look.
Where's the transporter? You can peek in there if you want.
Oh, I would love to. You can hold this, and I actually want to sit in here, if that's okay.
I stick my right leg over first
Okay.
and just kind of hop my butt in there.
This is so cool. All right. So I can sit on this?
Yep.
And this had to happen because of the wheels, right?
Yes, I almost made it a one-seater.
Oh, I'm glad you did it.
And I was going to sit right in the middle, but I squeezed two in there. Seemed to work out.
There's so much room though. There's so much room. And okay, wow, let me show everybody my view. First of all, check out the inside here. Nice roll cage all around, safety first. Let's turn this around. Now, how did you do the dash?
The dash is the original dash. I cut it off of this side and turned it around and welded it back on. It was easy. That was easy. The hardest part was the floor.
Okay.
I did it 3 times. Put it in, didn't like it, ripped it out. Put it in, didn't like it, ripped it out.
What was the problem?
It just
didn't want to go backwards?
It didn't want to go backwards. Exactly. It just wasn't right. I couldn't get it, you know. And then finally, the 3rd time was a charm.
It was meant to be.
Yeah.
Alan, it was meant to be because you've done this. There's still plenty of room. It's a working car. The steering wheel's right here. I love the grenade shifter.
Yeah, shifter.
Now, this is my view, everybody. Well, nice big windscreen, windshield. How easy is this to drive?
It's just like a regular car. The only problem is if you come up to a blind corner, you can't see if anything's coming. So you kind of like got to stick the nose out a little bit to see if anybody's coming.
But also your blind spot on the side.
Other than that, it ain't too bad.
Okay. Where's your mirrors from here? Oh, there is mirrors.
Here, yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay.
I was just telling these guys I got to get new ones because they're too small. You really can't see too much out of them. So
they look cute, but maybe
they gotta
bigger
go,
ones.
They gotta go. Even that one. That you can't see nothing out of that one either.
I really can't see anything out of that
It's cool looking,
one.
but it's got to go.
You need a bigger one.
Yes.
You need a bigger one, but you do have the mirrors there, so you get those changed.
Yep.
But I'm just thinking of the turns. But at the same time, when you've got a blower, 671 blower like that, people are going to hear it before you even approach them. So there'll be a way to turn around, hopefully.
Hopefully. Hopefully when you're going down the road, they don't run into you. Because a lot of people, when they're looking at you from the side,
yes,
they'll actually steer into you.
Wow.
I've had that happen many a time. And you got to get out of their way because they don't realize they're doing it.
Yes,
you know?
of course.
It's
Well,
like,
I mean,
whoa.
you're drawing a lot of attention. Look what you've got here. How long did it take you?
It's a 3-year build. Not too bad.
I'm curious. What are you going to do next?
I actually already did one already.
What did you do?
I have a 62 Falcon 2-door station wagon, and it's pretty much a wheelie car for the street.
A wheelie car?
The engine sticks out of the tailgate. It's all the way in the back, facing backwards.
Okay.
And the hole underneath of the dashboard's plexiglass, so when you're up in the air, you can look straight out the bottom of the car.
Oh, that is so cool.
And it steers with the rear brakes. And let's see, what else did we do on that car? The roof opens up when you push a button. The whole roof comes up, so you can work on the engine. I was supposed to have that car here this year.
Maybe next year.
Definitely next year.
I'll have to
Definitely
check that
next
out.
year. You won't miss that thing either.
I'll have to check it out. Some of these ideas you have to see it in order to believe it.
Yeah, you won't miss that car.
This is super cool. Hey, this is awesome. Very comfortable
Thanks.
as well.
Thanks. Yeah.
Love it. Thank you. Let's continue on with the unique cars that I'm finding here at the Speedway. Go for it, Bert. You do whatever you need to do.
Well, follow me around.
I'll follow you around. Bert, how are you anyway?
I'm feeling pretty good today. Even though they wanted a fortune to get in this place. Nevertheless, I've had this for 24 years. I went to England in '99 and bought one of the remaining 300 that were produced.
So what is this? 1972 Bond
It's a
Bug.
1972 Bond Bug produced by Reliant Motor Company of England. They made about 2,300 of them. It has a 700cc inline 4 water-cooled engine. Goes 90 miles an hour. At least this guy does.
And this is 3 wheels?
3 wheels. Everybody wants to know who stole my other wheel, but it is 3 wheels.
3 wheels. Now, why did they make? Let's talk a little bit about 1972 in the UK. What was the main purpose of this?
What was the stated purpose was they were able to get this on the road for very cheap, very inexpensive, because it was registered as a motorcycle. So the high taxes for cars didn't apply to it. And it attracted a very young crowd. And then by 1974, the Honda motorcycle came out, which is you meet the nicest people on a Honda. And that seemed to steal the attention away from this car. So that's why they stopped producing them in '74.
This is super cool.
Thank you very much.
Now, they made the 3-wheeler vehicles much earlier than '72.
Yes. Well, the reason was because to conserve fuel for the war during the World War II era, BMW made the Isetta. There's a thing called the Messerschmitt.
Correct.
These are all microcars and mini cars, and they're collectibles.
That's why I was very surprised, because I knew about Mercedes-Benz and the Izettas. I have seen them before, and it was much more earlier on, like you said, just after the war or just before the war. But this is 1972, and it is so unique.
Thank you.
Is this the paint that they came up with?
Well, let's see. She can tell you.
So who is she? Is this something you've done yourself?
What can I do for you, Burt?
What color are you painted?
My original color was orange, but I was repainted, raspberry metallic, in 2016. I didn't want to be mistaken for President Trump. Oh snap.
And who she is a little bit of a Back to the Future. I added a little bit of AI kind of a thing to it, so I can talk to it, and
that is so cool.
It'll talk back to me.
You've made a computer inside that.
Well,
pre-programmed the questions.
It's an app on my phone, and my phone transmits to the speakers. But it's an app which I can type what I'm going to say and what it needs to respond. So, for instance,
how can I help you?
What's up?
It looks like a bright sunshiny day today. I'm going to work on my tan.
This is pretty cool, but you have a lot of fun with this.
Thank you.
So you went and got this from the UK, you brought it back to the States.
I did.
You were very keen. You were very keen on getting one of these.
I had seen it in 1970 something in a Popular Science magazine, and my father said, "You'll never drive a 3-wheel car while I'm your father." Well, it came to pass that in '99 I went and got it. It wasn't a challenge. I just was interested in small cars at that time, and this was one of them.
Well, why not? It draws attention.
Yes.
Everybody's loving it here. It's something very different.
That's why I'm here.
That's why you're here. This is pretty
I only
cool.
do one show a day, though.
Hi, Burt. This is pretty cool. Love it.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.